This docuseries is sparking important conversations as we kick off the final week of Mental Health Awareness Month.
Prince Harry says that he's using his platform to reach out to those living with unresolved traumas.
So many of us, probably 99.9% of us, are carrying around some form of unresolved grief, trauma, or loss. And that manifests itself.
Let's delve deeper into this series and explore the impact of having such high-profile names sharing their journey with mental health. Joining us now are Daisy McAndrew, NBC News Royal contributor, and Dr. Sue Varma, clinical assistant professor of psychiatry at NYU Langone Medical Center. Thanks to both of you. Daisy, let's start with you. The last time a high-profile member of the royal family was this outspoken was Prince Harry's mother, Princess Diana. So what is the reaction to this docuseries across the UK? And do people appreciate that he's opening up, or is it shocking the system because these things are so often kept private?
Well, as you said in that short film, Prince Harry has been really passionate about raising awareness and removing stigma of mental health for many, many years. In fact, he set up an organisation with his brother, sister-in-law and Meghan to do just that. So it's no surprise that he's talking about it now. But the reaction here is split, I think it's fair to say, because some people are saying, of course, he is allowed to talk about his own feelings. But equally, when he talks about his own feelings, he always brings in other members of the royal family, particularly his relationship with his father. And I think some people feel that he's gone too far, constantly bashing Prince Charles, who is, of course, himself still mourning the death of his father.
Daisy, we're going to talk more about that in just a moment. But Dr. Varma, I want to bring you in here. And let's first just start and listen to some sound here from Harry about talking about when somebody sort of accepts that they want to start handling their mental health, they want to get help. First, let's listen to Harry.
Only after meeting Meg did you start the process of trying to figure it out. You hadn't tried it before. No.
I quickly established that if this relationship was going to work, that I was going to have to deal with my past because there was anger there.
So, Doctor, I think that step may often be the most difficult for people. It's not always easy to come to terms with accepting that you want to go get help. So I want to talk about that step, but then also another kind of version of starting this that we heard in this piece in the episode was the fact that Meghan came to Harry, but we've heard them both discuss how she didn't know if she wanted to tell him about her suicidal thoughts because she was worried about what it was going to do to him. So I just wonder if you can talk through sort of what you would say to people who might start feeling like sharing their stories are going to burden someone else when really this is what we need to do is talk about it.
Yes, and I think it's so important that we be able to create safe spaces in our relationship because often that's the first place that we're going to turn. Unless someone has had prior history or prior good rapport with their therapist, they may not turn to therapy initially. And so the way to do that is to be able to ask somebody open-ended questions. Tell me more about that. Make empathic statements. I'm so sorry to hear that. That must have been so difficult for you. Be validating, be reassuring, and then ask them questions like, how can I help you? And I think something that's so common is that we often interject. We might start sharing our own experiences, which may not be so helpful for someone to hear. We might start comparing ourselves. Well, I went through that and I didn't experience it. So I think it's really important to be able to draw a person out, listen to them, and offer them help in the way that they need help. How can I help you in the way that would be helpful to you? Can I find you a therapist? Can I go with you to your therapy appointment? What do you need from me?
That's really good advice. And Daisy, we just mentioned a moment ago, you were telling us about sort of how people in the UK feel about it. What about the palace? I mean, we're hearing a lot about these really serious struggles that they had, that they're pinning a lot on that royal life. What's the reaction from the palace?
I think you can probably imagine what it is that every time Prince Harry does one of these interviews, of course, he inevitably talks about his relationship with his grandparents, his relationship with his parents, and he causes them a lot of hurt and bewilderment. And of course, the royal family aren't publicly saying anything. They made the one statement after the initial OPRAH interview saying recollections may differ. And I suspect that is what they would say if they were going to do another statement now. And they worry about everything that Prince Harry is saying, how it's going to impact on his relationship with Prince William, which we think is now pretty bad. His relationship with Prince Charles is certainly the worst it's ever been. There doesn't seem to be a lot going on there at all. And we understand that the Queen is upset in the way that it's having an impact on every generation of her family. So I think he has caused upset, not by talking about his own feelings, but by broadening it out to talk about everybody else.
And Dr. Varma, quickly, when someone high profile speaks so candidly about their mental health, it's often said they normalize these conversations. Tell us why that's so helpful.
No, while 1 out of 5 people have mental illness, 5 out of 5 people have mental wellness. And I think celebrities bring that to light when they share their experiences, because we don't then put people into 2 buckets. We don't say, oh, they're the successful people on one hand, and then, oh, those are those living with mental illness on the other hand. No, they are one and the same. And I think it's really important when you see somebody that you look up to, that's an icon, that has achieved it all, and then you're like, wait, they also have anxiety. They also live with depression. I don't have anything to be ashamed about.
Dr. Sue Varma, Daisy McAndrew, thank you so much for joining us for this super important conversation. And if you or someone you know is struggling, help is available 24/7 at the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. Call 1-800-273-8255 or text TALK to 741-741.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.